My name is Jimmy Costello, and this is part 2 in a series of video diaries titled The Making of a Documentary, The Sabrina Cain Cold Case Story. If you aren't familiar yet, you can Google Sabrina Cain Cold Case 1974. Once again, this is a photograph of Sabrina. Rather, this was the last photograph taken before she was brutally murdered in 1974 and forgotten about. I do want to be clear, the only reason we're posting the diaries are to gather subscribers, to raise awareness, to hopefully have a following when we shoot the documentary so someone will open this case once and for all. And let it be known, no names that I mention, nothing that I say isn't on record somewhere. The Freedom of Information Act revealed pages of evidence. There are interviews, newspaper articles, and that said, what I'd like to let you know, in the evidence there was blood evidence in the house on the floor that was covered up. The house is at 419 North 38th Street. People are renting it now. If anyone could talk to them, would love to have access. 6 months ago, I spoke with Colleen Hoyle, Hoyle. She owns the property. She said she would consider allowing us in, and then she vanished. I'm unable to get in touch with her. If the plane flies over, I'm going to continue here. The boyfriend, Bob Deller, Dehler, I reached out to him. He's still in the area. I would love to speak to him. I do not know why he's unwilling to talk. The trial, as I mentioned in the first diary, was a 2-day joke, actually. This gentleman has been described as a sleazebag. He was her stepfather, an ex-police officer. There was a gentleman named Donnie Martindale who overheard Fred and another police officer in the IHOP telling the other cop he's sorry for what he did. He pretty much admitted it. Look at the headline. And then Donnie passes a lie detector test. But then the owner of the restaurant, Mrs. Cooker, says it wasn't true. But then I find out from witnesses that Mrs. Cooker was sleeping with Fred and a couple other police officers, and Mr. Cooker was sleeping with a couple of different waitresses. Not gossip, not from me, just fact. Unfortunately, it ends like this, and he walks. The 38 slugs that were in her matched the police revolver he had mysteriously lost. They found shell casings at his father's house that they were using for target practice. They were turned over to the FBI. Nothing became of that. It was inconclusive. I'd love to have those shell casings now. They waited 8 weeks to report her missing. She had 2 jobs. Her car was left at the house. Now, witnesses say he shadowed her to games at Belleville West, the Lincoln Theater, if she was staying in the movie too long. And then they said in an interview, oh, she goes out and sometimes doesn't come home for 8 weeks. No, I don't think so. I would love to raise awareness. If you would subscribe to these diaries, when it's time to shoot the documentary, we will have a following and people will listen. Thank you. I will continue with more details in the next diary. I did not want to waste time fading in and dropping in and editing. Thank you so much. God bless you.